The past few weeks haven't been the best for me. I've had a lot on my plate. A lot. I've been preparing for my university test, attending college classes, making YouTube videos, reading the Quran, watching tafsir lectures, working out 4 times a week, participating in school communities, taking Arabic classes, having calls 3 times a week with my inner circle, reading at least 15 minutes a day, and a whole lot more. And because of this amount of workload, it led to two things. Number one, I felt spread too thin, like way too thin, which was obviously going to happen considering that I was doing so much. But number two, I started to run towards and indulge in comfort. And because of this, my life became an absolute mess. Unstructured, no direction, just going with the flow. But the thing is, it was a flow I did not want to surrender to. I didn't want to go with the flow. And then I realized, if I kept on going like this, if everything kept on going with this flow, Ramadan 2024 would be a mess. It will be an absolute mess. I don't want to carry on like this into Ramadan 2024 because then my Ramadan was going to be wasted. That being said, I went back to the drawing board. I sat down after Isha and I journaled for like an hour, 2 hours, every single day for a couple days. I wrote down all my frustrations, what I wanted, what I did not want, where my current life was going, how I could change things, what could I subtract, how could I simplify my life, why was I not doing the things that I needed to do. In all honesty, this was the best thing that I ever did. Literally, it was the best thing I could ever do before Ramadan 2024 because it made me aware of how I could get my life in order before Ramadan. And through this, I basically generated a game plan, which I'm going to share with you in this video, inshallah, about how to get your life in order before Ramadan. So if you find yourself in a similar situation where life isn't going the way that you want it to, and because of that, there's a threat to how well your Ramadan 2024 could go, then keep watching, because I genuinely believe that you'll find this extremely, extremely valuable. But real quick, who am I? Well, I'm Ali, and I'm on this lifelong journey of trying to reach spiritual, mental, and physical excellence, because that's what we should do as a Muslim, right? We should do our best to reach excellence. I'm just learning, testing things out, implementing different things, failing a lot, making a lot of mistakes, and then just sharing everything that I learned on this channel. So if that sounds like something you're into, then consider subscribing. But let's get back into the video. Let's go back to Ramadan 2022. In my entire 18 years of existence, this little chunk was my favorite period ever. I just had my spiritual awakening. I realized the importance of Ramadan, the importance of being a Muslim, what it actually means to be a Muslim, how important Islam is, how beautiful it is. I started to realize all of that. And so I just naturally started to learn more about Islam. I started to explore the Quran, I started to watch more Islamic podcasts, watch more Islamic lectures, everything, all of that stuff. And during this period, I had also set myself a goal, a very, very meaningful goal. The goal to achieve 6 A stars, basically max out, get the best grades possible in my O-level GCEs. And I want to do this simply so that I could get a 100% scholarship, hence it became meaningful. And at the same time, right, my physique was extremely important to me. I mean, it still is, but at that very point in time, it was very, very important. So I was working out 3 times a week and I was eating clean. If you were to sum up my entire life in just 3 words, it would be deen, training, studying. That's it. Those were the only 3 things that my attention was going to, besides some here and there to family and friends, but it was honestly very minimal. The interesting part is when my energy was only going to these 3 things, these 3 major things, I was the happiest, the absolute happiest I have ever been in my entire life. I kid you not. I had entered the flow state and I had surrendered to it. I was truly loving life at this point. There were no bad habits whatsoever. I only had 3 things I was putting my energy into with one meaningful goal, and me putting my energy into those 3 things would all culminate to help me achieve that one meaningful goal. And this experience, right, this 3-month period of my life, 2 or 3 month period of my life, it taught me a very important lesson I believe every single person on the face of the entire planet should internalize. The secret to achieving more is simply doing less.
When a young man just like you wants to figure out how to become a millionaire, the first thing he does is millionaire morning routine. What's the things that I can add in? No, it's not that. The millionaire doesn't do more things than you. The world-class athlete doesn't do more things than you. They do less.
Humans only have a finite amount of energy, and if you've ever taken science class, then you know Energy can neither be created nor destroyed. It can only go from one form to another. That simply means we're constantly putting our energy into something. Quran, prayer, family, work, scrolling, video games. So this is where the concept of essentialism comes into play. The concept of essentialism is basically where you just find a few things, very, very few things, like 1 to 5 or something, and the less the better, that are absolutely crucial and essential to you. And then you just put all of your energy into those things in order to make massive progress in them. But if you were to put your energy into 10 different places, you would only make 1 inch of progress in each of them. But if you were to put all of your energy combined into just one thing, 10 inches of progress in that one thing. That, my friend, is the concept of essentialism. But how does this even link with getting your life in order before Ramadan? Because you need to find out what is going to be the most absolute essential things for you this Ramadan. You don't want your energy going into non-essential things. You don't want your energy going into things that don't even matter. And as a result, it takes away from your quality of Ramadan. Because let's be honest, right? Every single second of Ramadan is extremely precious. Every single second is extremely, extremely precious. So you don't want it to go somewhere that isn't essential. So I spoke about non-essential things right then and there. What does it mean? Like, what are non-essential things? It's basically the stuff that you know you shouldn't put your energy into. It's stuff that if you put your energy into, it's not gonna pay off, right? It's not a bang for your buck. These non-essential things are the things that you need to cut out. Because when you do cut them out, then all of that energy that was going there is going to now be put into your essential things, and therefore you're gonna make massive progress in them. So identify the non-essential things for you, the bad habits for you, that you honestly know that you shouldn't put your time into. For like, be honest, you know you shouldn't put your time into video games, right? You know it. You know it in your heart of hearts, but you still do it. So that would be a non-essential activity. Imagine if you still played video games in Ramadan, how much that would damage your ability to reap benefit from this beautiful blessed month. Personally, I found myself doing a bunch of things that were non-essential and that would definitely take away from my Ramadan experience. Things like watching random YouTube videos, scrolling on the YouTube homepage, scrolling on YouTube Shorts. And this one, scrolling on YouTube Shorts, this genuinely ruined Ramadan 2023 for me. I literally had like a YouTube addiction whilst I was in Ramadan, and I was literally scrolling on the Shorts tab. It was all Islamic content, but even then, it did get to me. Besides that, I was checking WhatsApp way too much. I was checking Discord for no reason. I was checking my school notifications for absolutely no reason. I was scrolling on and on this gang simply because I just felt bored and lazy. These were all the non-essential things that would genuinely damage Ramadan 2024 for me. So I just cut them out. If I did not eliminate these things right now, then they would carry over into Ramadan 2024. And then it would basically, again, just ruin it. At the same time, I identified the absolute essentials, the absolute crucial things, domains of life that I wanted to put my energy into. For me, it was deen, YouTube, studying, and then fitness. These are the 4 things that my energy is going to go into from now on. If we summarize this entire section, remember, focus is created, not found. Okay, I gotta say, that was a very, very good line. That was genuinely a very, very good line. And I made it, right? If you are gonna quote it someone, quote me afterwards. In the summer of 2023, I found myself heavily addicted to video games, playing 3 to 5 hours every single day, like no cap. And at the same time, I was also very, very addicted to scrolling on YouTube, like just no reason, absolutely no reason. Scrolling on YouTube, scrolling on Twitter, just this, literally just this. And I realized how much it was damaging my spirituality, my connection with Allah Azza wa Jal. And therefore, what I did was I just started to progressively deload the amount of days that I was doing this stuff. So for example, if in the month of August, I did not play video games and I did not scroll for just 5 days the entire month, then after that, in the month of September, I would increase that by 3 to 5. So it would become 8 to 10 days of the month. And then the month after that, so October, I would again increase by 3 to 5 based on the previous month's amount. So if it was 8 to 10, then that means it will become 13 to 15. That it will become 11 to 15 days of the month that I wouldn't play. And then I basically just like progressively increase this amount and progressively decrease the amount of days that I was playing video games and scrolling on social media in an entire month. I basically progressively deloaded that. And it was a very, very good protocol. Genuinely, it was a very good protocol because alhamdulillah, I quit video games within like 97 days. Just 97 days, just like 3 months. A 10-year gaming addiction in just 97 days. Even though video games were done, finished, like I got rid of them. But scrolling on YouTube just wasn't going away. It was the one thing that was nagging me so much. I could easily get over 20 days per month where I did not scroll YouTube at all. But just getting to that 25 and 30 mark was so difficult. I was just failing month after month. Like from the month of December all the way to the month of February. It's been difficult. And then I realized why. One word: pain. I wasn't willing to face the pain. Getting above 25 days a month in terms of not scrolling at all, that was extremely painful. If the pain that I felt at 20 days a month where I did not scroll was over here, then the pain that I would feel on 25 days a month would be like here. It was a big difference, right? And I wasn't willing to face that pain because it was uncomfortable, and I just don't want to live with that, right? But after scrolling for like an hour or so, or like 30 minutes or so, every single day within the past 2 weeks or so, I got so fed up that I literally just made a conscious decision then and there. I understood one thing. I was going to face pain anyway. As cliche as it sounds, I was either going to face the pain of regret or the pain of discipline. I was going to face pain either way, so I might as well just choose, right? So I just made the conscious decision then and there that I'm going to choose the pain of discipline. I'm no longer going to go on YouTube if my brain says, oh, I'm bored, let's just go and watch YouTube. No, I'm not going to do that. No. I will only go to watch YouTube if I genuinely have something in my mind that I want to watch. That's it. And it's actually been paying off since then. Like, making this decision was actually painful. It's like my 4th day after making this decision. And I can tell you, it's fresh pain. Literally, it's fresh pain. Because I can't grab my phone when I'm tired and just go on YouTube and lie down on my bed and scroll sideways. I can't do that. Not anymore. But here's the thing. If I did not make this decision, if I did not take action on this before Ramadan 2024, then it would literally be ruined. It will literally be ruined, because then this habit will carry on into Ramadan 2024, and then I would honestly probably waste, like, at least, even if I just wasted half an hour, like 30 minutes is worth a lot in Ramadan. Okay, like 30 minutes is genuinely worth a lot. Just think of how much it would affect my Ramadan in a negative way. And when I made this conscious decision, at the same time I identified the essential things, like activities that I needed to do, the good habits that I wanted to build that would facilitate me in terms of having a better Ramadan. And that for me was reading, because I wanted to read like Islamic books, and I also want to read the Quran a lot more in Ramadan, so I just wanted to build a habit of reading right now. Meditation, because I wanted to like sit in silence so I don't like constantly have to like listen to anything. And then number 3 was stretching, because obviously I gotta take care of my body. I don't want to become an old man when I'm 18 years old. All of the habits that I mentioned, meditation, reading, stretching, all of these are painful because I don't like to do them. They're literally boring. But that's exactly why I need to do them. Because if I start doing them right now, then the pain until Ramadan would like reduce. But doing this required me to make one big mindset shift. And that was that pain is a good thing. It's your friend. It's not your enemy. Everything that you want in life, every single thing, comes from going through some form of pain. Like, think of the life of the Prophets ﷺ. All of them had to go through some form of pain before getting the end result. Let's look at the life of Prophet ﷺ. He had to go through intense pain in Mecca, and then pain in Medina as well because of the wars. And then only after going through this entire period did Allah Azza wa Jal give them conquest of Mecca. And like, even if you observe any of the successful people, like Kobe Bryant, Michael Jordan, Alex Hormozi, Iman Gaji, Hamza, whatever, right? Whoever that you consider to be successful, all of them had to go through pain in order to get to where they are right now. Kobe Bryant trained like, I think 3 times a day. Alex Hormozi slept on a gym floor for 9 months. Iman Gaji slept like 2 to 4 hours a night. 2 to 4 hours when he was starting his business. They would either choose the pain of achieving their goal and getting the life that they wanted, or not achieving that life that they wanted, not getting the goal, and then still being stuck in whatever situation that they were in before. They chose the pain of achieving their goal. So let me ask you something. What pain are you going to choose? The pain of eliminating all the bad habits and stuff right now, focusing on the essentials right now, so that you can have an amazing Ramadan 2024, inshallah. Or the pain of not doing that right now, not eliminating these things, letting them carry over into Ramadan 2024, and then suffering by not having the best quality Ramadan. Your choice. Also, don't think that the pain is just going to remain constant, right? If you've been at level 10 pain for a little while, it's actually going to get easier, and then you can shoot up and go to level 11 pain. And then after level 11 pain, once that gets easier, you can go to level 12 pain. It's just how it is, right? Think of it exactly as the gym. Like, let's say you're doing bench press, right? When you're doing bench press, at the start, if you do like 40 kilograms for like 3 sets of 10, your chest is going to be pretty sore. But let's say after a few years, you come back and you do 40 kilograms for 3 sets of 10. That's like going to be your warm-up. Literally, that's just how it works. Exactly like that. Just like in the gym, you adapt to the pain. You are going to get used to the pain in real life. And then you can obviously increase it, right? That's what progressive overload is. You progressively overload pain. Now it's time to get into some actionable steps that you can actually take. These are the same ones that I took, and it's actually been paying off, alhamdulillah. So the first thing, identify your essentials. You need to identify 1 to 5 domains in your life, and the less the better, that you want your energy going into. For example, for me, it's deen, studying, YouTube, and fitness. These are the 4 things that I want to put all of my energy into, right? So my life should revolve around these things only. That's it, literally nothing else. And when Ramadan comes around, I try my best to minimize everything else except deen, so that all of my focus is on that, right? Because again, even in the essentials, right? Let's say that you have deen, studying, YouTube, and training, right? If I were to take all of my energy that I'm putting into studying, YouTube, and training and put it into deen, just imagine the amount of progress that I could make, right? That's exactly what I'm going to try to do in Ramadan as best as I possibly can, because I want all of my energy and focus for those 30 days going into deen. Because again, Ramadan is just like, it might just be your last Ramadan. Keep that in mind. Number 2, identify all of your non-essential activities / bad habits. These are the ones that are going to take away from you making progress in your essentials. List out as many as there are. Literally, like, be ruthless. Absolutely ruthless. List out as many as there are. So just for this section, I'm going to recap my non-essential activities. Scrolling on YouTube, watching random YouTube videos, checking WhatsApp again and again for absolutely no freaking reason, checking Discord servers for absolutely no reason, checking school notifications just because I'm bored, scrolling on Adonis Gang simply because I'm just bored and I'm lazy. Number 3, identify the good habits that you want to build for Ramadan. These good habits should obviously facilitate you in making progress towards the essentials that you have set for yourself in step number 1. So for me, again, it's reading, meditation, and stretching, right? All of these facilitate progress in the essentials. Think of it like this. These are your good habits. These are your essentials. These good habits help you build up towards the essentials. That's literally what it is. So again, reading, because I want to read like Islamic books and I want to read the Quran more and more. Meditation, so like I can sit in silence and I can think. And again, this will also help in terms of reflection upon the Quran. And then stretching, because I obviously don't want to become an old man when I'm 18 years old. All of these are in line with my essentials. Make sure you have that as well. And number 4, creating your 7 days of pain. This is where you will hate me, and this is where we piece everything together. As we discussed earlier, pain is something that is non-negotiable, and you need to face it right now if you want to have a better Ramadan, inshallah. So these are going to be 7 days of pain. 7 days of doing everything that causes you pain. And think of this as a reset, right? It's a reset for your entire life. And then after this, you're going to go and do things more sustainably. So here's what I did. Number 1, cut out all non-essential activities instantly. Like literally, I went cold turkey. I just eliminated them. Like ruthlessly eliminated them. Number 2, I did painful amounts of quantities for the good habits that I wanted to build. And number 3, I only focused on the essentials. That's it. That was like my 7 days of pain. And here's a picture of my 7 days of pain. Like you can see everything that I've added there. Fajr, wake up, 10 pages of Quran a day, 40 pages a day. You can take a screenshot or whatever if you want to. But make yours like this exactly as well. You can see that everything that I'm doing is literally just causing pain. That's the purpose. It's 7 days of pain. Duh. What happens if you fail? Right? What happens if, for example, don't read 40 pages a day someday? It's fine. Get back up there. Don't be a perfectionist. Like literally, don't be a perfectionist. The aim is to face pain. That's it. So let's say that you were supposed to read 40 pages, but you read only 20 that day. It's fine. Get back up there and get back and do 40 the next day. Literally, it doesn't matter. Just stop being sad over like you missing 20 pages. It's fine. Just get back in there. So think of this as a hard reset on your life before Ramadan. This is exactly what I'm doing, because thing is, right, if you can survive 7 days of pain, then obviously when you do less of these quantities, that's just going to become easier. Like, if you've read 40 pages a day, then reading 10 is nothing. You can do it, right? So after these 7 days are over, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go the sustainable route, where I'm just going to literally still do these things, but do them in a more sustainable way, because like 40 pages a day, at least for me right now with the schedule I have, is actually very difficult. And it's also very painful. But after these 7 days are over, I'm just going to go with it in a sustainable way. Might even do a 7 days of pain again, who knows. Point being, these 7 days are just a reset to get your life in order. If you need a hard reset, then this is exactly what you need to do. So by the end of these 7 days, what I hope to achieve, and what I hope that you achieve as well, is that your pain threshold is much higher. You've started to build the good habits, and you've started to absolutely destroy the bad ones. Temporary pain for permanent results. I hope this helps you. I hope this serves you. And inshallah, I will see you in the next video. Assalamu alaikum.